So LRM IS 3370 part 2. Okay, part 2 kai kar diya ta. Okay, so now that we can start our design, we are going to design a circular water tank. Okay, so this is a circular water tank you can see here. Okay, so circular water tank. So first of all, you can write down the question. I think we have already started. So question is, design a circular water tank with a flexible base for a capacity of 450 kiloliters, depth 4.5 meters, and you have to allow a freeboard of, okay, allow a freeboard. Okay, so number first of all you have to write down all the given data. Next is you have to assume a free board. Okay, so free board and then explain it today, so I don't want to repeat it again. So free board means it is actually the space between maximum water level and top of the tank. Okay, so if this is the tank, this is the top of the tank. So what I'm very, I think this is the maximum water level. Okay, this is the maximum water level. So up to here you will be having water. So up to here you will be having water. So the space between maximum water level and top of the slab, for top of the circular water tank. But you will be having a slab over here. So even the top level, e distance you are mentioning it as freeboard. So normally you are taking freeboard as 200 mm. So here the total depth is 4.5 meters. Okay, so total depth is 4.5 meters. So this is a 200 mm. 200 mm means zero point 0.2 meters. Okay, so 0.2 meters of freeboard. Okay, so effective depth of water. So this is the effective depth of water. Okay, so this is the effective depth of water. So effective depth of water is 4.5 minus 0.2. So you will get it as 4.3 meters. So here it is 4.3 meters. Okay, so I think you can understand this. Okay, so this is effective depth of water. Okay, now coming to the next things, you need to find out the diameter of the circular tank. We don't know how much is the diameter of the circular tank. So this is the diameter of the circular tank. So since it is a circular water tank, we can call that we will be having a diameter. Okay, so diameter of the water tank. So how can we find out the diameter of the water tank? Okay, okay, so you can use this equation. One second. Okay, it's using this equation. So pi by 4 into d square whole raised to 4 is equal to 450. Okay, so using this equation, you will get the diameter of the water tank. Okay, this square is not there. Okay, this 4 ഇവിടെ ഇല്ല. That is a mistake actually. Okay, so pi by 4 into d square, we know this is volume. Okay, so pi by 4 into d square is equal to 450. So from this you will find out This D. So if you rearrange this equation, you will get a format like this. So from this, you will get D is equal to 11.54. Okay, so diameter has to be taken as 11.54. So approximately, so you can round it to 11.6 meter. Okay, so diameter of the water tank, you can take it as 11.6 meter. Okay, so you can rearrange this equation. Okay, you can rearrange these equations, and you're rearranging this equation, you will get, okay, you will get this answer. So actually this is having actually one error. See, I'll tell you, pi by 4, this is how it is occurred. So pi by 4 into d square means that is actually area of the water tank. Okay, pi by 4 into d square means that actually into area. That area into h, that is effective depth you have to take. So h is 4.3. That is h is missing over here. That is equal to volume. Okay, so pi by 4 into d square എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അത് ഏരിയ ആണ്. ആ ഏരിയ ഇൻറ്റു ഹൈറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വോളിയം കിട്ടുക. 450 is actually volume, capacity ആണ് പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ. Capacity, it indicates the volume. Okay, capacity indicates the volume. Okay, so area, please note that this is area into height. Okay, so area into height എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ you will get the volume. Okay, so area is pi by 4 into d square. D നമുക്ക് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കേണ്ട അൺനോൺ ഫാക്ടർ ആണ്. H എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ വരുന്ന എഫക്റ്റീവ് ഡെപ്ത് ഓഫ് ദ വാട്ടർ ടാങ്ക്, ദാറ്റ് is 4.3. Okay, H is 4.3. Okay, so from this equation, if you rearrange this equation, you will get a format like, you will get equation like this. Okay, and from this you can find out D. So D is equal to 450 into 4 divided by pi into 4.3, that is approximately 11.6 meters. ആണ് പൈ ബൈ 4 ഡി സ്ക്വയർ ഇൻറ്റു എച്ച് ആണ് വരുന്നത്. അത് ഇവർക്ക് ഇവിടെ എറർ, actually they have made a mistake here. Okay, okay, so just to check whether the answer is correct or not. Okay, let me also check. 450 into 4, you will get 1800 divided by 3.14 into 4.3. Root of that answer 11.54, correct, 11.5461 meters കിട്ടും. That you can round it to 11.6 meters. Okay, okay, so all of you please correct it. Okay, just make a correction. Okay, so next step you have to find out, step number 2, you have to find out the design constants. Okay, so design constants, all of you please take IS code 3370. Part 2, we are having part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. You will be using part 2. Okay, so നമുക്ക് വേണ്ടത് sigma c bc, we need the 4 values, that is sigma c, this one sigma c bc, sigma bt, sigma ct and sigma st. So I will tell you how to get all these values. Okay, so this is IS code part 3370. So you can refer IS code page number 2. Okay, page number 2, table 1. Permissible stresses, permissible concrete stresses in calculation relating to the resistance of cracking. Okay, permissible concrete stresses in calculations relating to the resistance of cracking. Okay, so IS code 3370 part 2, page number 2, table 1. Okay, you can see here. Okay, permissible concrete stress in a there. So in this you can see a column here, that is they have shown grade of concrete and permissible concrete stress. So grade actually starts from M25, but nowadays nobody is using M25 for water tank. Normally you will be starting with the M30 only. Okay, so our grade of concrete is M30. Okay, so our grade of concrete is M30. Okay, so M30. So you will be needing these two values, that is permissible concrete stress in direct tension and permissible concrete stress tension due to bending. Okay, so in a water tank you will be having direct tension, and also the bars will be having tension due to bending. Okay, in a water tank, you know how the water tank is a circular water tank, but the bend is okay, so there the tension arising. Okay, so you will be having two stresses, that is first one is direct tension down, tension due to bending. Okay, so you need these two values, so take these two values. For the M30 the direct tension value is 1.5 and tension due to bending value is 2 Newton per mm square. Okay, these two values, can you see this? Okay, these two values 1.5 and 2 Newton per mm square. So you can write down here sigma bt, that is tension due to bending. Okay, sigma bt is tension due to bending, and sigma ct is direct tension, stress due to direct tension, sigma ct. Okay, that is 1.5 Newton per mm square. Okay, okay. Now coming to the next one, next page, that is in page number 3, you can see one more table, that is table 2. Table 2, that is permissible stress in concrete. Okay, see this one. Table 2, that is permissible stress in concrete. Okay, so here they have mentioned the permissible stress in compression. You can see here they have given the value permissible stress in compression. Okay, so if there is a compression, what is the maximum permissible value as per the IS code? Okay, so that's about the table 2, that is IS code, page number 3, table 2, permissible stress in permissible stresses in concrete. Okay, so you have to take the maximum permissible value in compression. So when there is a compression, what is the maximum permissible stress? So you can take it, for the bending. M30 concrete 10 Newton per mm square, sigma cvc. Okay, M30 grade la, so here they in bending ഉണ്ട് direct ഉണ്ട്. So anyway due to bending ആണ് നമുക്കിവിടെ stresses വരുന്നത്. Okay, so you can take bending. M30 ന്റെ bending is, stress due to bending is 10 Newton per mm square. Okay, so this is a circular water tank. Here most of the bending will be arising, most of the stresses will be arising due to the bending. Okay, so you can take the bending value. M30 grade la permissible stress in compression due to bending is 10 Newton per mm square. Okay, so this is the bond stress in the value. You don't need to take this value actually, only this is needed. Okay, so that value we have taken. Next is we need to get a permissible limit for the steel. Okay, the same page, table 4, permissible stresses in steel reinforcement. Okay, just write it down like this. Okay, sigma cpc is equal to 10 Newton per mm square. Okay, so concrete ന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് 3 values ആണ് നമ്മൾ എടുക്കുന്നത്. Okay, so for concrete you will be having 3 permissible value. First one is permissible stress in compression due to bending, and second one is permissible stresses in concrete due to bending, and permissible stresses in concrete due to tension. Okay, that is these two values. Okay, അപ്പോൾ മൂന്ന് സ്ട്രെസ്സസ് ആണ് നമ്മൾ എടുക്കുന്നത്. Next is you have to take the permissible stresses in steel. So this is the permissible stress in steel. So very simple it is. We are having two steel. First one is tensile stress in members, compressive stress in columns subjected to direct load. So anyway, we are not doing columns, so you can directly neglect it. We are not doing columns. We are doing mainly in the circular tank. Now that you can assume you will be doing slabs, thin shells. Okay, beams slabs ആണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത്. Okay, so you can go and here the most forces, I mean here the superior forces will be tensile stress. Okay, so you can take tensile stress in members under direct tension, bending and shear. So we are having two bars. So first one is plain bars and HYST bars. So we can take HYST bars. Okay, since we are designing a circular water tank, you can go for HYST bars. Okay, so HYST bars in the permissible stresses is 130 Newton per mm square. Okay, so we are having only two criteria. First one is tensile stress in members, which is subjected to direct tension, bending and shear. Of course, our circular water tank is subjected to direct tension, bending and shear. Second one is compressive stress in columns. So you can from the column you can reject it. Okay, we are not doing any columns. So we are having all the values now. Okay, we are having all the values now. Now that we can start our problem. Okay, we got all the four values. Okay, so again I'm reminding you we are doing using working stress method. So working stress method, you have to find out certain constants. Which are the constants? M, K, J and R. Okay, so M is a modular ratio. Modular ratio equation is 280 divided by 3 sigma C BC. Okay, same equation as that previous module. Next one is K, that is M sigma C BC divided by M sigma C BC plus sigma ST. Okay, you can substitute and you will get this answer. പിന്നെ വരുന്ന J is equal to 0.85. J is actually lever arm. Okay, J means that is actually lever arm ആണ് വരുന്നത്. In J is the equation they are not given it, right? Okay, next is R, that is resistance factor. So that is equal to 1 by 2 into sigma C BC into K into J. So J is equal to 1 minus K by 3 actually. Wait, let me check the equation right now. Yes, J is equal to 1 minus K by 3. Okay, J is equal to 1 minus K by 3. So J means lever arm. 1 minus K by 3. Okay, so you can substitute all the values. Now that you are having all the values, you can substitute it and you can find out the value. Okay, so you have to by heart all these equations. Okay, So substituting it, you will get the following values. Okay. So next is you have to find out. Next is step number 3, design for hoop tension. Okay, design for hoop tension. Okay, so we have learned about circumferential tension and hoop tension that is occurring in a circular structure. Okay, so circular water tank that is a circular structure. So circular structure superior the force that will be hoop tension. Okay, that will be hoop tension. So hoop tension, it will be acting like this. So it will be like this. So this is how stresses will be acting. Hoop tension. Okay. So you have to find out the hoop tension. So the equation for maximum hoop tension is gamma h into d by 2. Okay. So you have to study this equation. Maximum hoop tension is equal to gamma h into d by 2, that will be at the bottom of the tank. Okay, so the maximum hoop tension will be occurring at the bottom of the tank, and its value is gamma h into d by 2. So gamma is actually unit weight of water. Okay, so gamma is actually unit weight of water. So W, unit weight of water. So you can take it as 10. Unit weight of water is 10. H in the height of the water, that is 4.5. D is 11.6, that is diameter of the water tank. D in the that is diameter of the water tank, that is 11.6. Okay. So you can substitute all the values. So you will get 261 kilonewton per meter per height of the water. Okay, so please note, maximum hoop tension is equal to gamma h into d by 2, that will be occurring at the bottom of the tank. So gamma is unit weight of water, h is height of water tank, and d is diameter of the water tank. Okay, so next is AST required. Okay, so here in working stress method, you have to by heart a lot of equation. AST required is equal to same equation, T divided by sigma ST. Okay, so here T means tension, hoop tension. So that is 261 into 1000. That is to convert into Newton. Okay, so here 261 kilonewton. So kilonewton you have to convert into Newton. So multiply it with 1000, you will get Newton. 261 into 1000 divided by sigma st. That is we have find out previously. That is permissible stress in steel. Sigma st is permissible stress in steel, that is 130 Newton per mm square. Okay, so here you have to make a note about the units. Okay, so sometimes it will be in kilonewton, sometimes it will be Newton. Okay, so whenever you are applying in an equation, make sure that the units are same. So 261 into 1000, that means 261 into 1000 Newton you got. Sigma st is in Newton per mm square, that is 130. Okay. So if you substitute it, you will get AST is equal to 2000 mm square. Okay. So that means you have to provide an area of steel of 2008 mm square. 2008 mm square ഉള്ള area of steel നമ്മൾ അവിടെ provide ചെയ്യണം to resist the hoop tension. Okay. So here we are using 20 mm diameter hoops. Okay. 20 mm diameter hoops. So I will tell you what is hoops later. Now that just understand. We are using hoops and that's all 20 mm diameter. Okay. So one more thing. Here you have to take a bar diameter which is above at least some 16 mm. Okay. In 12 mm is also okay, but it is always safe to go above 16 mm. 16, 18, 20 അങ്ങനെ provide ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ് നല്ലത്. So that the section will be very safe, because it is a water tank. It is meant to carry a lot of weight, hydraulic pressure it has to carry. Okay, hydraulic pressure and plus itself weight it has to carry. Okay, so you have to provide an adequate thickness for the reinforcement bars. Okay, so always on the safe side, you can go for 20 mm diameter bars. 20 mm diameter bars. So use 20 mm diameter hose. The spacing required is the same equation 1000 A5 divided by AST. The equation that we are using from the semester 5. Final similar same equation on. Okay. So using that equation 1000 A5 divided by AST, you can find out the spacing. Okay. So 1000 A5 is area of one bar. So this is A5, area of one bar. Area of one bar means area of 20 mm diameter bars. So that is how much? Pi by 4 into pi by 4 into 20 square. A5 means 1000 area of one bar, that is 5 by 4 into 20 square. AST is 2008. Okay, so you will get a spacing of 156 mm. So 156 mm, it's your choice. Either you can round it to 150 അല്ലെങ്കിൽ you can round it to 160. അപ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെ വേണമെങ്കിലും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചെയ്യാം. That depends upon you. Okay, so 156 എന്നുള്ളത് as per the designer. Okay, if you want to do it with 160, you can provide 160. Or if you want to provide ഒരു 150 mm ആയാലും കുഴപ്പമില്ല, because there's a 6 mm difference വരുന്നുള്ളൂ. It's not a deal. Okay, so here they have taken 20 mm diameter hoops at 150 mm diameter bars. 20 mm diameter hoops at 150 mm diameter hoops. Sorry, 150 mm center to center. Okay. ഇതില്ലേ? Okay. Now, one thing you can make a note again. So, see this figure. Okay. So, from this picture, it is very clear that the maximum stress will be coming at the center portion. Okay, maximum center, where that even in the beam also, while doing the problem, you can understand maximum stress, or maximum load, maximum moment will be always occurring at the center of the beam. So, likewise, here also maximum stress is occurring at the center portion. So while providing the reinforcement, what we can do is that center portionൽ നമുക്ക് reinforcement spacing കുറച്ച് കൊടുക്കാം. അതായത് now that we are using 20 mm diameter bars, so the center portion we can provide it like 150 mm center to center, 150 mm spacing center we can provide the reinforcement bars. Coming to the ends, okay, coming to the ends, there the load is less, moment is less, stress is less. Okay, so there you don't need that much of reinforcement. Okay, center portion you need more reinforcement. Why? Because load is more. But as you come to end, okay, ഈ ടോപ്പിലേക്ക് വരുന്ന സമയത്ത് you don't need much reinforcement. Why? Because there the force is less and also moment, stress, everything is less. Okay, so what we can do is on the top layer you can increase the spacing between the reinforcement bars. Okay, reinforcement bars കുറച്ചും കൂടെ അകത്തി വെച്ച് കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റും. ഓക്കെ, സെൻറ്റർ പോർഷനിലാകുമ്പോൾ reinforcement bars നമ്മൾ കറക്റ്റ് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടിയ അതേ കാൽക്കുലേഷനിൽ പോകണം. പക്ഷേ എൻഡിലേക്ക് വരും തോറും അവിടെ ഫോഴ്സ് കുറവായതുകൊണ്ട് യു ക്യാൻ പ്രൊവൈഡ് മോർ സ്പേസിങ് ഫോർ ദ reinforcement bars. അതായത് reinforcement bar കുറച്ചും കൂടെ അകത്തി വെക്കാൻ പറ്റും. വൈ? ബിക്കോസ് മൂവ്മെൻറ്റ് ഈസ് ലെസ്. So the same procedure we have done in retaining wall also. That is, we are doing the curtailing. Okay. So bottom portions you are providing the reinforcement. As we go to the top, we are reducing the reinforcement. That is by curtailing. So same thing we are doing here. We are not doing the curtailing here. We are just providing more spacing between the reinforcement bars. Okay, so that's what they have mentioned here. At the center of the wall, you can provide 21 diameter at 150 mm center to center. Okay, as you go to the top, okay, as you go to the top, what we can do, you can increase the spacing, that is up to 300 mm. 20 mm diameter bars at 300 mm center to center can be provided. Okay, so നമ്മുടെ total height of the wall is 4.5 meters. അപ്പോൾ ടോപ്പിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരു 2 മീറ്റർ താഴെ, ടോപ്പിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരു 2 മീറ്റർ താഴെ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാം, സ്പേസിങ് കൂട്ടി കൊടുക്കാം. That is, you can provide a spacing of 300 mm center to center. But bottom portion, the force is more. Okay, so bottom portion there is no compromise. You have to provide the spacing as per required, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ as mentioned in the IS code. Okay. Now, AST that is provided. So how much AST that we have provided? Okay. So as per the calculation, AST IS code പ്രകാരം the spacing required is 156. പക്ഷെ നമ്മൾ 156 provide ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. We have provided 150 mm. Okay. So 150 mm spacingലാണ് നമ്മൾ reinforcement വെച്ച് പോയിട്ടുള്ളത്. Okay. So if you're placing reinforcement at 150 mm center to center, how much will be the new AST that is provided? So AST provided is equal to, so the same equation, I think, can you see this? So spacing is equal to this equation that we are using. Spacing is equal to 1000 Fi divided by AST. So e equation you can rearrange it. So AST is equal to 1000 Fi divided by spacing. Okay, so 1000 into A5 means area 1 4, that is area 1 by, that is 314 divided by spacing. Spacing we have provided is 150. Okay, so if you substitute, you will get 2093 mm square. So AST provided is equal to 1000 Fi divided by spacing. For Toppler standard equation, we have rearranged it to get the AST provided. So 150 mm നമ്മൾ കൊടുക്കുന്ന space. Okay, so you will get as 42093 mm square. Okay, that is AST provided. Okay, so you can post your name to mark the attendance. So remaining will take in the next class. എല്ലാവരും പേര് പോസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യണേ, എന്നാലും എനിക്ക് അറ്റൻഡൻസ് മാർക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ഈ ചാറ്റ് സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ് വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ അറ്റൻഡൻസ് ഇടുന്നത്.
is present.